You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo, welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
Good morning, everybody out there. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Nothing too monumental happened except for come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Not already.
Monumental, amazing, terrific, extravaganza. Oh, stupendous.
It's the Macho Man Randy Powers. Yes, it was WrestleMania weekend. I take it you enjoyed yourself this weekend.
Oh, enjoyed myself. Growing. Yeah, the intensity. 2 nights of WrestleMania. I can't take it. It was exquisite.
Oh, wow. We got a subdued Macho Man this morning, too, which is good. I think it's too early to go with the over-the-top roid rage Macho Man. But real quick, what was your review of the 2-night WrestleMania spectacular?
Keep it down, Beef. You got to listen to Macho Man when he's talking. You got to pay attention, listen close, because sometimes the Macho Man takes down, but then he's got to crank it up.
Yes.
Crank it up the way WrestleMania does as the night persists and goes on. You got Bianca Belair becoming the women's champion on Saturday, and then a surprise appearance by one Cody Rhodes.
Damn it,
yeah, I dig it.
Macho Man, I'm not asking for a synopsis of the entire card. I need an overall review. Did you enjoy yourself? Was it good?
Oh, yeah, you know it was good.
I don't even know if that is a positive. You say, oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh, yeah, I do. Well, I'm not suffering from any macho sadness. It's macho madness. That WrestleMania, I'll give it 5 stars on one night, 5 stars on another. That's 10 stars. Yeah, dig it.
You gave it a full-blown 10 stars, so that equals the 10 Slim Jims.
That's, 10 Slim Jims up in the air. Oh, yeah, snap into it, dig it.
So you think it was a flawless WrestleMania event,
I do love it. I loved a lot of what I saw top to bottom. Yeah, sure, there's going to be some low points, but who cares? That's when you got to go to the bathroom. That's when things happen.
Okay.
Get a snack, maybe a foot-long sandwich.
All right. You're showing your Long Island accents coming out there. All right, get out of here, Macho Man. You need to talk to Powers. So it was a good time for for WrestleMania weekend, and Powers and I enjoyed the full card as well. And yeah, you thought it was spectacular. What was one match that you felt like was the 5-star match above the rest?
Well, I don't want to say 5 stars. That's a really weird ranking, but let's just say Pat McAfee's entire experience at WrestleMania was the roller coaster that we wanted versus Austin Theory, with Vince McMahon showing up and then Vince McMahon getting involved.
Yeah.
And because of that happens, Stone Cold Steve Austin's got to show up. You can't have Vince McMahon running around rough shot.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, it was very odd to see Vince McMahon, who's in his 80s now.
I think he's 75.
I was so concerned for him.
I know.
I did not want to see him take any bumps. And I'm like, this man is going to kill himself in front of 78,000 people and millions around the world on the Peacock network. And it was brutal to see. I mean, obviously, he was still able to deliver some moves. And McAfee did a great job selling clotheslines. But at the end of the day, the dude could barely even move because he is 75 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a trip to see. And McAfee, man, there's not too many people in this game, in this broadcasting game, where I'm like, son of a bitch has it all.
I love Pat McAfee. I do. Big fan.
Has it all.
Say it.
You don't know who Pat McAfee is. He was a former NFL punter for the Indianapolis Colts. And then he started a podcast when he retired, and he had some funds to be able to set it up. And he was talking sports and just BSing. And from there, it was able to blow up. And now he's at a point where he's an announcer on SmackDown. His podcast is getting millions of views and listeners, and he's on Sirius XM as well. And it's just like, God damn it. And then he goes in to wrestle, and he could actually wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, and because he's an athlete, he's a professional athlete, even though he's a punter, the dude has some chops. So, hats off to Pat McAfee. And at the same time, I'm probably the only dude in this industry that I'm a little jealous of. I'm like, oh man, yeah, oh, you're doing it good. And I watch his shows. I'm like, yeah, he's doing a lot of things right. A lot of things right.
Heck yeah.
But guess what? We do a lot of things right too. So keep it right here. Morning Morons coming up next. We have your last chance tickets for the Metal Show of the Year, which is going down this Sunday. So we're going to be blasting those out all week long on Beef Vegan Presents, plus a whole lot more. I got Foo Fighters coming up after Offspring, kicking things off. So let's do this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beef Vegan Presents. One last time, Macho.
How about I give you one of these instead? Oh, hell yeah.
Broadcast. Keep it right here on Rock 102.1 or join us on the streams. Let's do it. Clear. All right, we're on. Good morning, everybody. I was just finishing up a tease here on the air.
I have an offensive joke to there. You want to hear an offensive joke?
From you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not going to be on brand.
Good. I was going to say, oh, I thought that Philadelphia was Tom Hanks's terminal movie. How about that?
Oh, going with the AIDS joke.
That was kind of an age. I apologize, and just erase that. Forget it.
I can't
That
believe
didn't
you're
happen.
throwing out AIDS jokes.
But that was
today.
not really that sort of joke, and that wasn't on air. Okay.
No, it's on the stream.
That's on
Same
stream.
difference.
That's just for private friends. That's
Okay.
just friends. We're all friends here. We're family.
Yes. So on the teas we just mentioned, we talked about what we're going to be talking about here coming up on the stream, and we're going to be playing some of the videos that not only Powers made. He of course the funny videos from Friday night. Anthony has some because I got Anthony, Manny, and Nick all out on the ice for an intermission game.
Heck yeah.
So it was a streamers night, right? We're all hanging out together, had a good time on Friday night, and Anthony and James joined Powers and I and Kat at Congress afterwards for some drinks. That was a good time. We have videos of Powers dancing.
It's a dancing machine.
This guy's a maniac, and nobody will believe it nobody believes it when I say this, and I'm still baffled and dumbfounded by it. But Powers in action can actually attract and get the ladies. Like, you know, his wacky peacocking, his outfit choices. You think right off the bat, there's a guy who's not going to get laid. And then you see him just go into Powers mode, super Powers mode.
That's right.
And these women can't keep their hands off of him. It is nuts.
It's charisma.
It is tons of charisma. And, you know, Anthony and James saw it firsthand as well. And they were just as baffled as I was the first time seeing it. But, you know, good for you.
Yay.
Yeah.
There's some secret video of me dancing, apparently, which I did not realize was being filmed.
Yeah. Well, trust me, it's not the first time somebody secretly filmed you. You said you showed up in weird things in Tucson 3 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For outfits.
Yeah, just for outfits, right?
One of them has nothing to do with really being me. I was Darth Vader Santa Claus walking downtown. Who's not going to take a picture of that guy crossing the street?
Okay, yes. But see, I mean, that's an odd claim to fame to have, is that you have been miscellaneously posted in weird things you see in Tucson 3 separate times.
That I've caught. I want more. Because
I'm sure
I'm driving that bus still dressed like a maniac, and it's got a wind up on it. Like, I want to be on that website as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you will be. Just keep going out there. Here's Levi. Levi's drunk. Say what's up to the legend, Levi.
There he is, folks.
Has anyone seen the music video for Hurricane? And then I told Levi, he's giving himself a little too much credit when he calls in. He's like, the legend Levi is in the house. Like, whoa. Pump the brakes, my friend. Pump them.
He's a legend.
All right, let me show you this. Now, is this a bad idea for a business name?
What?
There's a new.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying this to the streamers here as a nice little surprise. Here's the reveal. This is in a mall. Planned Parenthood.
What are they thinking? Is it even? Look, let me see, because I know fonts. Like, is it even a parody font of like?
It is.
It's like straight up their
yes,
logo.
It is almost like they can get sued for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
It is that close to it.
You idiots.
Somebody wanted to open up a flower shop and decided to call it Planned Parenthood. Be like, I know a way that we could attract people right away, get some buzz on the streets. And Planned Parenthood. Now, this is a place where, you know, even like watch out, the extreme right's going to come shut you down before they even know what you're offering. You know, and it doesn't seem like it's that good of a marketing plan, considering several different factors that we're about to cover here on the broadcast part of it.
Right.
In fact, we're going to be on the air here in about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that ready. Yes, I love me some Planned Parenthood.
There's so many people that made decisions and then we'll order the sign.
Ah,
And then let's do this. No, Mary, have you thought about this? Really? Let's maybe not. Maybe I love plants.
yeah. I know. All right, we're on 7 seconds here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. On the podcast broadcast stream, we're showing a picture of a new business that opened up in a mall somewhere in the country. They decided to go with a brand that is iconic, and it's kind of ripping off this iconic brand. And what they are basically is a plant nursery, right? A place where you would buy potted plants, flowers, things like that.
Yeah.
The name that they chose for this new business that opened up in the mall is Plant Parenthood. Plant Parenthood is the name. And so this is our business fail of the week. Obviously, this seems like a terrible idea. What say you, Powers?
Business fail of the year. I mean, what are you thinking?
Yes. Now, they did get, obviously, people talking about Planned Parenthood. But one person on Twitter, once this went viral, did point out this observation. I thought it was kind of spot on. Be like, Planned Parenthood is not in the business of keeping things so much alive so much.
Oh, my gosh.
So Planned Parenthood, playing off the name intentionally or not intentionally, not necessarily good branding. It's like, I don't know. I mean, yes, but I understand there's many resources that Planned Parenthood provide.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. And I am pro Planned Parenthood.
Sure.
100%. Could not be more pro Planned Parenthood because of all the different resources that women in need, for all different types of checkups need to do. And they provide that for sexual health purposes.
Yeah. Don't call.
Don't call. Is what I'm
Leave
saying.
us alone.
Yeah, don't complain. I'm saying this on the record. But Planned Parenthood, terrible idea. Almost as bad as me even bringing this up on the air. As far as bad ideas are concerned, it rivals the idea of me.
Just the last part. I mean, the rest of it is you got to report on idiots. That's half the job here.
Yeah, that's true. So showing this picture, and as Powers pointed out in the stream, the font is spot on too. They are like in the area of copyright infringement from like literally taking the entire logo, the branded logo, Planned Parenthood, and saying we're just going to slap a T on this. And then we're going to sell flowers. It's going to be fantastic.
I was trying to think of other names they could have gone with, and I was just because the plants, they were, what do you want? Like a simple plant. That's one, like a simple plan, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Coming up with different ways they could have just used Plant X from outer space. Just any way plan works.
Plant B.
So there you go. It's fantastic. When Plant A doesn't work, come on back for Plant B.
Yeah, which is a pill that you take to get rid of
Is
stuff.
that what? Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, but we're keeping with the theme,
Did you stop? I'm trying to save you. You just dig in a ditch. I'll dig my way out of this hole. What is the matter with you?
We call it flabortion,
No.
so it's like a florist. And no, that's a bad idea too.
A bad joke as well.
All right, we'll keep those bad jokes going to the streamers. Fred Garcia said it's a perfect name for a weed shop. And yes, I agree. Planned Parenthood. All right, let's hit the reset. We'll keep the conversation going on the podcast broadcast where we can get in less trouble and be back with more Beef Vegan Presents right after this. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Abortion.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry.
That's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
I don't know. I mean, that seems like essentially they associate a lot of people, norms would associate Planned Parenthood with just only abortions, which of course is not the case whatsoever.
Right.
The argument is they provide so much other good. But
So-
if we're going to be thinking that, then might as well throw out abortion.
All right, listen, I'm just going to, again, one of my favorite cartoons ever is a Daffy Duck cartoon when like the animators screwing with Daffy Duck.
Mm-hmm.
And right there, when you just went to that, I literally scrolled, no,
I know.
I sounded like Daffy Duck.
I know. But you didn't even pick up on the Plan B joke, you know?
I didn't know that's a reference to it at all.
Well, you obviously didn't provide any of that. I'll tell you a Plan B story.
Why?
Because I was dating this girl here in Tucson, right? And we only hung out a couple times. So the first time, we hooked up, I wasn't as careful as I should be, right? So she was concerned. And she was like, I
Was
need
it the morning after pill?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what Plan B is, the morning after pill.
Got it.
Right. So she said, "Hey, you know, I'm concerned considering your quick draw, not McGraw, or not quick draw McGraw. You need to pick me up a Plan B pill." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I appreciate that." And yeah, that was my bad. So totally. So I go to Walgreens and I pick up a Plan B pill and I get the generic one. Right. So there's two. There's your official Plan B pill, and then there's the Walgreens brand. And the Walgreens brand is like $10 cheaper. So I'm like, I want to save some money in this situation here, even though I was the one being irresponsible. So I'm going over to her place, right? So I go up and I get the Plan B pill, and then I pick up a bottle of wine, and then I pick up a box of condoms, right? And so I'm going to the Walgreens clerk with this holy trinity of items.
Holy trinity of an evening.
Yes. So I got the Plan B pill. I got the bottle of wine. It's date night. Let's do this again. And then the box of condoms. And so as I'm going up there, I decide at the very last minute, like, I don't think I really need these condoms. I mean, she didn't take the pill yet. Anyways, I lost all the respect, not only from our streamers, but definitely from the girl. And she was a little mad. Thanks for yawning at that, Deseret.
That's not, wait.
Is that a yawn?
No, that's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
That means they're laughing.
And so she broke up with me because I got the generic Plan B.
Well, no one wants to date a cheapskate.
And then I just did it again, too, because she's like, "Did you just do that again?" And I'm like, "Well, you didn't take the pill yet, so just trying to get my money's worth." The fucking thing's $50, and I didn't get the cheapest wine. So, yeah, okay. That was a younger, more immature beef vegan. I have grown since then. And, so it was a learning lesson. And it was a very uncomfortable situation to be put in, knowing that I got a bottle of wine and a box of Plan B to go up to this old lady that works at Walgreens and just like, "How's your night going?"
Yeah,
this is how mine's going. Yeah. I mean, like you know exactly what's happening here. You're like, yeah.
What is it?
Oh, yes.
Like,
yeah.
I love, he always asks me, like, "Do you have any questions for me? I got one for you now." What is the matter with you?
I get that question all the time, but there is no answer. I don't know. In fact, actually, we told this story. This is a speed break that we did earlier this morning. This happened yesterday. And I was walking out of the Fries, and it was sunny. And there was a girl walking up, and she's like, squinting because it's so sunny. She said something that I never heard before, and I wasn't even thinking it. It was kind of weird that she even said this. But this is what happened. Check this out. Powers, I think I have a problem with my verbal diarrhea.
What is wrong?
Well, I think things, therefore I say things.
Oh, they just fall right out of your mouth. No control.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. So I was coming out of the grocery store yesterday, and it was around noon, and super bright out. And there was a girl walking towards me to walk past me. And I'm walking with my girlfriend and my daughter. And the girl's kind of squinting, and because it's so bright out. And she's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm giving you the one-eyed pirate. It's bright out." And I go, without hesitation, "That's what I call my butt."
What is the matter with you?
That's exactly what my girlfriend said. Yes. The one-eyed pirate. My initial thought, my go-to is that's what I call my butthole. Mm-hmm. I know. So to answer your question again, no, I don't have an answer. I don't know.
What's wrong with?
I don't know. These are the thoughts that pop in my head, man.
Madness.
Yeah, it is. It is madness. Let's see. You got some chatting going on there. Of course, it was good to see Manny, Anthony, James, Nick all at the game on Friday. I do have some videos that I do want to share with you on our festivities. Let me go to. I gotta. I have to pull up that link again. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to pull up a link of some videos that we shot and also share some of the videos that Anthony shot from our game on Friday night. It was a super fun time. Earlier this morning, we covered a story that was mind-blowing. It has to do with parasites found in cat poo and how if you have one of these, you can actually be considered more attractive. As absurd as that sounds, there is science backing it. And in case you missed it, it went a little something like this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I know it's too early for a beef tip, but I do have a life hack for everyone out there listening and my good friend Powers. Like Powers.
Yes.
Would you like to be more attractive to the opposite sex?
Yes, Mr. Beef Vegan, I would. Can you tell me how?
I'm glad you asked. All you have to do is absorb a parasite that's found in cat poo, and then boom, you'll be more attractive to the opposite sex.
Okay.
It sounds absurd, right?
You are a doctor, yes?
No, this is legit. I'm not a doctor, but there are doctors who are studying this very odd phenomenon. It's called toxoplasmosis.
Yes.
A third of the people worldwide supposedly have it, including 1 in 10 Americans, okay? And it's usually passed through kitty litter. Now, people in this study who tested positive for it were seen as a third more attractive for some reason. A third, 33% more attractive if they have this cat poo parasite. No joke. I'm not making this stuff up. Their faces tended to be more symmetrical, their body mass index was lower, and they were viewed as healthier in general. Legitimately, you remember you watched Futurama religiously,
did,
right?
yes.
They had an episode where Fry gets a parasite, and those parasites actually built a better Fry from the inside out.
That's right.
And it made him a better person.
Yes.
This is life imitating art. Okay. Now, women were also more likely to have a higher opinion of their own attractiveness if they were positive with this parasite, and had hooked up with 63% more than women who didn't have it. So these parasites were making these women more promiscuous. Give every woman this parasite.
Listen, there's enough cat ladies out there for us all. I think that explains some of the reason why that's occurring.
That's the thing. These cat ladies. And if everyone out there, I know there's people out there that banged a cat lady, and you might have thought yourself in hindsight, like, oh, that was easy. Well, it's not because you're hot. It's because the parasites within them were making them thirsty. Now, it's not clear why the parasite would make us more attractive, but other studies have found that it might mess with decision making, which is cause us to take more risks, which, explains the banging. They also think it's possible that the parasite has evolved to make us more attractive to increase the chances of it being passed to new hosts. Wow. Science, baby. This is crazy.
Some sexy science right there.
Yeah. Now, it's also possible. One last thing, and I'm not kidding you. You need to Google this. This is legit. They say it's possible that it boosts testosterone in men and lowers it in women and might cause people to burn more calories. Essentially, this is the miracle parasite. This parasite is like your ultimate wingman.
Yeah.
You need to start sniffing cat litter immediately, Powers, and then you will be irresistible to the opposite sex.
You talk about this stuff, and for some reason, all I got in my head, there's a song playing. Meow, 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 meow.
I know, but telling you, get that parasite, man, and then check back with me in 3 months. If you can, you'll be too exhausted from all the poon you'll be slaying.
Good Lord.
All right, we're going to tell you at 7 o'clock how you're going to win those Megadeth tickets. Don't forget to Google that, and I'll answer this phone call right now. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so the phone call that we got is actually important to this follow-up. All right, we had a woman who called in and also let us know the dangers of this. And this is Ann with cat poop facts. Check this out. Rock 102.1, who's this?
This is Ann.
Hey, Ann.
Hey, I just wanted to point out something on the whole parasite thing.
Okay.
Toxoplasmosis can cause major birth defects.
Ooh.
So you might want to point that out to people.
Okay.
When I was pregnant, my OBGYN was very upfront with me about you do not clean out litter boxes while you're pregnant because toxoplasmosis can cause birth defects.
Okay, yeah, that is actually something definitely important to mention, especially with all the procreating people with that would be doing, because they'll be more attractive. So they're more likely to get pregnant and procreate.
And there are enough juicy people out there that are going to go out and try and do this.
I know. Well, I'm going to have Powers do it just as an experiment and see if he gets more matches on Tinder because of it.
I just bought some Fresh Step on Amazon.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Now, see, what I didn't say was, birth defects, like being good looking, that's not a defect.
Oh
I'm just saying, but.
My baby was born with this huge hog. Look at him go.
Yeah. And
I doubt that's
perfectly symmetrical face.
Yeah.
Yeah. my baby came out, and like we spanked the baby, but the baby spanked me back.
Yeah.
It was instantly a pimp. I know.
Can also, here's the other thing. You know why it might lead to more attraction? Can lead to causing blindness. So, maybe that's helping everybody out too. When everyone's just blind, it doesn't really matter how good we all look, does it?
Well, yes, that's true. And
I was looking
Sarah,
it up.
I do have sources. They are legitimate sources. And I'll show you a couple of things. I mean, the Sun is one of them, but that's not necessarily the source that you want. Pure J is another one. Now, of course, for the sake of time on radio, I'm not gonna sit there and do all my sources. But we're going on here real quick. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I just want to point out to Sarah, and I actually should point out to everybody listening. Now, we come across a lot of crazy stories, and I throw out like jokes as far as suggestions, but nobody in their right mind, nobody listening should ever do anything that I suggest. That even includes beef tips. I think it's pretty safe to assume that I'm, just kind of like a giant ass just here to make some jokes. I came across a story talking about a parasite found in cat poo that will make you more attractive to the opposite sex. And this is a real study, but by no means try to get this parasite, no matter how much I encourage Powers to get this parasite.
Again, no. I just found out he got some of this info from the Sun.
No, the Sun, and also PureJ.com.
What does that mean?
First off, Pure J is a site that talks about these kind of studies and journals and whatnot. A lot of intellectual people read Pure J, and then the Sun read it, and then they dumbed it down for me to absorb and then regurgitate to you.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, but yeah, several sources. I'll share the sources on our podcast broadcast stream too, just so you know that I'm not making it up. And yes, it's still not safe to have any type of parasites, no matter how awesome they might make you. Am I not selling this properly?
Yeah, you don't need any more parasites. I'll be honest with you, Austin's enough.
Hey! There you go. I hung out with him Saturday at Desert Diamond Casino.
How did that event go?
It went good. There was an autograph event, and it was cool. They took care of us, and I brought $100 cash, and I blew the money on the blackjack table twice. And my girlfriend, it was very first time gambling, I gave her a $20 bill. She went to the slot machine. She won $120.
There you go.
And then I was like, cool, give me another 60. I'm going to go double my money on the blackjack table. Lost it again. So I was like double loser. So essentially I went out and I just worked for free. But it was a good time. That Desert Diamond Casinos off Old Nogales Highway. It's a beautiful place. They got it all set up. They got the new sports bar there, and that's all pimping. And they got the kiosk where you bet on all the sports. I mean, tonight is the finals in the NCAA March Madness bracket. So, you watch the game while playing blackjack and then win money on that game while losing money on blackjack.
There you go.
Do like I say, not as I do.
Vegan method.
Right. All right. We got to keep this conversation moving to the podcast broadcast because we have a lot of clips and videos and pictures of the fun that we had Friday night at the Tucson Roadrunners game. We have two cheap seat games this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. And there's going to be a lot of kids. I think Tucson School District is involved. There's going to be kids night on one of those nights. So if you want to bring out the family, the games start a little earlier on Tuesday and Wednesday. And of course, you can get your half price tickets at KFMA.com for Beef Cheap Seats. I'll tell you that code a little bit later on, or I'll just say it on the podcast broadcast stream if you join us on Facebook, youtube.com/beefvegan, or on Twitch. More coming up next, including Ragbag News. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I do have a good round of Ragbag News to share with everybody. But first, let's go into here. Now I'm going to share some of Anthony's videos he sent me on Facebook as well. There's a fun little animation right here. This is my friend Kat, who I've worked with for years. And look at Powers. This guy's got game.
He's trying to be like, take a nice photo. I'm like, I will. Get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Get the hot chick out of the photo. All right, let's see. Oh, this is Powers on the Zamboni. If you didn't see, we had Powers do this earlier.
This is a dream come true.
What a good time. Good times, great memories. Oh, look out for those. I'll take care of that. Keep it cool with the Roadrunners. Oh, good. Here comes our section. Here comes Beach Cheap Seats. It's early, but we'll fill them up.
And we did fill them up. They got pretty packed.
Oh, get ready.
So how was it? Your first time riding the Zamboni?
It's
What'd
so
you
fun.
think? Yeah.
That's a fun time. You feel like a parade float. So that's what you got to do. You got to just do that wave. You got to give the royal wave.
Yeah.
Do some of that.
My girlfriend's brother-in-law, he came out on Saturday, and he's been a season ticket holder for the Roadrunner since like the first season.
Yeah.
Right. And he's got awesome seats there. In fact, he never goes to games. So when people come out and I know them, I'm like, hey, you want an upgrade? And I put him to the row. He's literally right behind the visitor's bench.
Oh, wow.
Right on the glass there. So front row. It's cool seats. So I was like, let me get you on there. And he's like, you let the kids do it. And I'm like, sorry, bud, only one seat. And it would be problematic if I picked one kid, you'd have 2 crying kids. Right. So he's like, okay. I was like, plus this is bucket list shit. Let's get on the Zamboni. So he's like getting ready for it. I told him second intermission, and the first intermission comes by and there's somebody riding the Zamboni and they're all waving to the crowd. Yeah. And he tells his wife, like, I'm not going to wave. I'm not going to do that. You know, he's kind of like nervous, kind of embarrassed to do that, but he's excited at the same time.
Right. People are funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then he gets on the Zamboni. Next thing you know,
there it is, the royal wave. You gotta do it.
Yeah, you can't help it.
Right.
You can't help it. And I've ridden that Zamboni. Luckily, perks of the gig. I've been on that Zamboni a dozen times.
Yeah.
I see it, the seats open, and I don't want to do anything. I'm like, I'm just gonna hop on this and just ride around. So I've been able to do it. It's cool. The air's crisp, and it's just really fun. Makes you all giddy and feels like a parade.
There's a behind the scenes video if you want to know what happens. Where does the ice go?
Oh yeah, did you see that video?
I have a little video I took of that. I think it's like
that's funny. He did the same thing.
2.
All right, well here's
That's the
Powers
right there.
doing Zamboni.
There's POV because I got to call some of the action too.
Yeah,
which was great. So next video,
Look at that.
we'll have where it all goes.
I will say this though, if you guys, this was pre-game announcements, so if you're seeing, you're like, hey, nobody's there. Well, the game hasn't even started yet. And it's slowly filling in. And so I did have Powers do this pregame announcement with me because my co-host Yaz had to take the day off. And so Powers goes in, he's doing good, he's reading the script, but then he goes off script and then tries to like hype up the crowd. Now look,
that was later.
No, that was, you did it twice.
I did?
Yes,
You
you
sure?
did 100% because I'm like, not now, Powers.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, I had to yell at you through the PA, the entire TCC, because you're reading your script and you're like, come on, everybody, make some noise. I'm like, no, that was not what I asked you to do. This guy can't help himself. He wants to go into full-blown hype mode and shit like that.
Make some noise.
I understand that. And unfortunately, in this situation, that was my job.
I couldn't help myself.
I understand that. But again, in this situation,
sure?
yes, I am so fucking positive.
I'm pretty sure I was just amped for the sales.
Oh, no. And I really wish you had that part on there too. Look at it conveniently. By the way, and he did that, and he did it again during the intermission game, which we do have.
I was trying to hype the teams.
We do have audio of that as well, and I'll show you. And it's like, I get it. You're excited.
Yeah, look
at that. It's the ice river where all of the ice go. Ooh. It's
right,
the behind the scenes.
Guess how deep that is? So that's where the Zambonis dump the ice after every time they roll through.
How deep is it?
About 4 feet deep.
Really?
Yeah. Yikes. So there have been people like workers take the polar plunge in that. And I think that's disgusting because
I agree.
That ice is filled with blood, sweat, snot, like you name it, every body fluid. Oh yeah, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. And the fact that jumping in there is like hepatitis C river. Not cool.
Yeah.
But this is a cool shot. And that's funny too, because Paul, my girlfriend's brother-in-law, did the same thing. Because it is intriguing. When they built the TCC back in the 70s, they built that. This is not new. No, this was there from the very beginning because they had an ice rink in plans while making the Tucson Convention Center.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Get rid of that comment. We weren't talking about Cappy anymore. Okay. Boom.
Okay.
There's the gang.
Yeah. So we got Nick, Manny. I got James, Anthony in the back. Is doing a band shot. Is he just looking to the side there? Yeah. Manny's son there next to him, and then this kid, I forget his kid's name, but I've known him since the first season. He's just annoying as shit, and he's like every time like, huh?
Is he the cheater?
Yeah, he's a little cheater. I like the kid a lot, but I watch him grow. Now he's in this awkward teenage phase. I've known him since he was like 9. He's always trying to get on the ice, always coming up. Whoa, what can I do? What can I do? It's like nothing, man. You can't do stuff every single game. I got him on this one. He was Nick's teammate, and he cheated to a victory. So
There you go.
yeah.
Cheat to a victory. It's so fun.
All right. Well,
There you go. Look at this. Everyone's getting all jacked.
look at the look
Helmets
the
on.
look that Manny's giving me. Like, what? What's going on? Oh, it's just...
Helmets on.
All right, let's see.
Because it was funny. Everyone was so nervous.
Yeah.
They were all nervous.
Yeah, it's
Dusty
great.
Showed up.
Yeah, of course. My boy Dusty.
He's beating on this kid's head. It's pretty cool.
That's Manny's son. he sat there and took it like a champ.
Right.
All right. So actual on ice. Here's Powers.
Where are my shoes taking me today? Why? We're on the ice. Oh, look out. It's the Tucson Roadrunners. That's right. Having a good time. Getting people all pumped up. Playing some games here with Beef Vegan. You got it.
See my business face? I have a business
he's all
face.
business.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get shit done. You know what I mean? Get people in the right
That's the way you
position.
have to be.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Beef. Doesn't
See,
like being
professional
distracted.
ball handlers.
He doesn't like being
That's what we've
distracted.
got here.
I got things.
That's why in the studio, and I'm like, he's like, "What are you doing? What are you stop moving around so much? Are you ready to talk? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just dancing. It's distracting."
It is distracting. That's my ass. That's cool.
Beef's ass for some
That's
reason.
weird. What are you doing?
I have no idea. I'm not sure if I knew I was recording this.
I would hope not. If not,
I
you got
assume
some
I don't.
dirty
Are
chuck.
you guys ready to see Hungry Amigos?
Hungry amigos.
There's me looking like I'm about to fight Dusty.
There you go. Then Nick claiming a W. His cheating ass teammate.
There it is. There it is.
So yeah, a little behind the scenes here. That's Austin, Nick's son. Yeah, I can't hear anybody. Cat came out.
Oh my God! Oh my God! There he is!
And this is probably the funniest clip. Is this the
Who's
clip?
here?
right
It's
here?
a big celebrity. No, it's not even. It's
Oh, no,
Dusty's
this
here.
one's different.
Dusty's
I like that
here.
one. No,
Yeah.
the big celebrities all day.
Who's here? It's a big celebrity. No, it's not even. It's Dusty's here. Dusty's here.
That should be a gift.
Yeah. All right, so I'm deaf in one ear. We know this. I've talked about this before. Here's a prime example. Right here.
This one. This is plus.
He's deaf. He's deaf in that ear. He can't hear any of this. It's fine. He's having a great time though. He's just playing along. He can't hear anything. He has no idea what's going on at all. Yes, he just yeah. That's all. It's just a silent movie in here for him. He can't hear a thing.
All right.
It's just a silent movie.
It is. Only on the right ear. It's messed up though, dude. It's messed up.
You gotta get it fixed. Go to a doctor.
You're not my mom. All right. You got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds for back on air doing Celebrity Rag Mag News. But first, there's a story of this Chinese man who is basically taking a page out of the movie Terminal. You guys remember the movie Terminal with Tom Hanks? In that movie, essentially because of customs, he wasn't allowed to leave the airport.
Right.
Or he was just kind of stuck. He was a man with no home. His country, he couldn't go back to his country. He could not step foot into America. There was the international safe space, which is the airport, and he basically lived at JFK. Nice. JFK. Well, you should come in. You could come in, Gary.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, what are you doing here? This is a nice little
Surprise.
surprise. I got Chef Gary Hickey just in the building here.
How's it going?
Yeah, randomly pop in. We were doing a podcast broadcast stream right now. Oh yeah, nice.
Every day.
Yeah, I know.
Even if I'm not on it, I just have it on my phone.
Well, so here's the deal. I hit up Gary not too long ago or this morning to talk about this idea that I have for Austin this Friday. And I could talk about that and I'm doing suggestions. I got a game called Spit or Swallow that I want to do with Austin. And essentially I ask him a trivia question. And if he gets it wrong, then he has to eat one of these items, mystery items. And we want to. I called up Gary and I was like, you're a chef. I need like gross edible food that won't kill a man, but food that nobody likes to eat, like fish eyes.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're like coming up with different ideas and concepts for what Austin could eat and spit or swallow. And I want to do that this Friday to make it a little extra fun for Friday because I'm not going to send Austin on the street
every week.
Yeah. Because it terrifies him.
And like, shout out to Austin. He did such a good job at the street fair. Like, oh my God.
It was.
Dude, the meow-lators.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Which I got to post that clip a little bit later too. The meow-lators was a
like
good call.
Like, I don't have any money. I spent it all on the meow-lators.
Yeah.
Who does that? But no, shout out to Austin. And yeah, you want to do it in studio or you want to?
Well, I mean, that's what we'll figure out. We could either do it, because I have to get him out on the road anyways, but we could do it in studio and have the camera there or just do it on site. I mean, luckily, with technology, we could pull off either. So whatever's easiest. And I mean, if you're talking a big reveal of the tray, you might have those trays,
Yeah, I have everything at the restaurant. I mean, we could do like maybe a multiple choice. He gets to choose or whatever we do.
And then maybe put something delicious under one of them.
Yeah.
Like you want to get that.
I feel he's like a spicy McChicken.
Yeah, let's get back on the air.
Right? No?
Rock 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're joined by very special guest, surprise guest, Chef Gary Hickey. Good morning, Gary.
What's up, Beef?
Yeah, so we're just plotting and scheming Austin's next trivia challenge or just challenge in general, which we're talking about on the podcast broadcast stream. But let me do some Rag Mag news for you real quick because here's some celebrity stories that happened over the weekend that I want to share with you. There's a reboot of The Crow in the works, and it's underway again. And they cast Bill Skarsgård to play the main character. Now,
refresh me. Who's Bill Skarsgård?
He also played Pennywise in It.
Oh, okay. That guy, really?
Yeah, which I'm like, if I was his agent, why am I setting this guy up to be in every reboot possible, right? I mean, the bar's pretty high on that. So I would suggest getting a different actor and not having Bill Skarsgård literally replay every character that's been iconic over the last 30 years. But it looks like that's going to happen.
I'm looking at his cheekbones. He'll look good in that Crow makeup.
100%. My wife is going to see that.
Yeah.
She's been a True Blood fan since day one.
So it's all vampire stuff, all crow, dark goth stuff. She doesn't seem like a goth, but they're sneaky
she's
goths.
dark, bro.
Okay, yeah. Like my soul, my dark soulmate. Will Smith. This is, obviously everyone's been following the Will Smith drama. Well, he has resigned from the Academy and he apologized to Chris Rock again, of course, not in person, just in public statement, like a bitch. Meanwhile, several movies he was working on appear to be on the back burner, including Bad Boys 4. So it's not all bad news for us.
Thank God.
Bad news for Martin Lawrence, though. He's like, damn it, man. Well, that was my only payday.
Get paid.
Yeah. Now, love him or hate him, Logan Paul actually performed really well at WrestleMania. Did you watch WrestleMania, Gary?
I didn't.
It was Logan Paul actually had some moves. He looked like a professional wrestler. Yeah, he even walked to the ring with that $5 million Pokemon card around his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
React to that, right? What?
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people still claim that's fake, but either way. He showed that. He did good. Johnny Knoxville won his match as well. So the only people who lost WrestleMania were the ones who were paid to be professional wrestlers.
The wrestlers. All the celebrities, even Pat McAfee did great. And he's kind of more celebrity than wrestler for sure.
Uh-huh.
And everybody that paid $5,000 for front row seats.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's the only way to watch WrestleMania, though, honestly. And then finally, in Celebrity Rag Mag news, Morbius opened this weekend with $39.1 million. That's how much they took over the box office. Of course, that is the total they added up before the amount of people who demanded refunds. So,
that's not looking too good. I saw some reviews from friends, and they said it's not as bad as people say. It doesn't seem that
your
bad.
friends, though,
but they are. You can tell they're propping it up. They're propping it up.
Yeah. It's a movie about vampires, so it's going to suck.
Boom.
But vampires with the Spider-Man crossover?
Yeah. With no actual Spider-Man?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, so you can join us there. We'll be right back with a beef tip right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. Yeah. So that's some ragmag news, but bam. So
Bam.
yeah, I was thinking fish eyes and shit like that.
I mean, I can swing by Lily's and pick up some stuff, or I can go. I mean, I can even go deeper. We can do some like live blue crabs and like stuff that moves.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I just gotta check and see if he's allergic to anything. Let me text. Yeah, real quick.
He's like, chicken
No.
nugs and mama
Yeah,
hugs.
don't check actually.
No, I
Just
gotta
have one of
check.
those needles close.
Yeah.
It's an EpiPen.
Are you allergic to anything? Yeah. I know he's not watching the stream, so we could get away with this.
Oh yeah.
And that's all I'm asking. Just randomly out of the blue. Are you allergic to anything?
God.
He should be afraid
He's
as
gonna
soon
be
as I
like-
say
That's
that.
the worst thing you
Yeah.
want to get asked, I think.
Dude, if he sends back like cat dander and lavender, that would be the funniest thing. He was like, "Oh, just can't do that."
Yeah, probably something like that. I can see that.
I'm waiting him to say something like, "Oh, good, just not a good time," or something. He's trying to be clever.
Weird.
Well, that's the thing. So when Austin comes in next time, like he'll come in Friday morning, like at 6 a.m. before we send him on the street. I did in my mind go over this, and I'm ready to say this to him. Like, hey, next time you're on the air, when I ask you a question, don't try to be funny. Like he's funny when he's not funny, but the problem is, he tries to fucking force in comedy, and it's like, dude, no. Just if I ask you a question, just give me an honest answer.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, if you're boneheaded enough, and Austin is, it's going to be inadvertently hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what I want. But when he tries to be funny, not good.
He just has to roll with it. He's very dry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very subtle, and that's the most amazing comedy.
Oh, we got a phone call here. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this? Hey, what's up, Giddens? Real quick, you're on the podcast broadcast stream. You feeling okay? What you calling for, bud?
I was gonna say I watched Morbius.
Oh, well, give me
Okay.
the Giddens review.
It was well, I would give it like maybe a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Did you see The Batman?
I did not.
Okay. What's the last movie you saw that relates to comics?
And not stand-up comics, but comic book comics.
Comic book movies.
Shit, I can't remember the name of it.
All right. Well, I'm trying to get a beat on what your grading system's like, but okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna find that answer.
No. I just watched one yesterday and I can't remember the name of it.
That's how good it
In
was.
all fairness, I think he's in hospice and he's on, like all types of medication, so he's gonna be a little spacey on that.
Yeah, I'm retarded.
There you go.
Or that. That's one way to put it too, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So fair enough. All right. Well, thank you for the
But
review.
I just
Giddens.
wanted to say, what's up?
Oh, there's
Hello.
headphones here that you could plug in, Gary, by the way.
Oh,
yeah. As we're having this
I'm making
conversation. you
up
just-
dialogue in my head.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I saw a Fight Club.
If my wife was right here, I would be able to tell you the name of it.
No worries.
Anyway.
It sounds like you're high as hell. So I'm gonna let you get back to the comments, and I'll talk to you soon, Giddens. I hope you feel better.
Oh, I took a gummy.
That's cool. That's good to know. Well, I will talk to you here soon. though. I got to get back on the stream, and I'll see your comment. Comment on the stream, dude.
I always like to try to call and say what's up.
Yeah, and I'm glad to hear you. What's up, dude? And again, I hope you continue to feel better.
Yeah, you guys stay safe.
You stay safe
for
too.
a great show.
Thank you, dude. I'll talk to you here soon, Giddens. Okay. See you
All
in the
right,
chat.
peace.
All right, peace. I feel bad for letting him go, but it's like, dude, you're on medication right now. You're obviously not feeling 100%, and you're making me depressed as all hell, man. I'm trying to send you positive vibes, but you're killing us both at the same time, son.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta get in quick with Giddens.
Yeah.
Get that movie review and then dump them.
Yeah, it does sound like
The
that.
dialogue in my head was way better.
Oh, yeah. It's less depressing for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh my God.
Let's see what this video. This is the bird's eye view from the stands of the action that we did. You haven't showed up to a Roadrunners game this season yet, Gary.
Yeah, I work for a living.
Yeah, okay. I know, because it's usually on weekends and stuff. Those are your busiest times.
Oh no, it's great though, because I mean, I see the jerseys, they roll in. It's like we call them the Crimson Tide. They just like kind of roll in, and they're just the best guests. They come in, they drink beer, they have appetizers, and then and they're super generous, they're super gracious, and like they're just the best.
Yeah.
Like, the best. The Roadrunners fans are the best because they know they're gonna go have a good time.
Yeah.
And they're pre-gaming.
They pregame accordingly. They do it right.
accordingly, and they have a great time, and they love the restaurant, and maybe we should work out something for them. Maybe they show up with a ticket stub or whatever.
Pre-game, post-game stuff for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I know that we did. We only have a few more games left of the season. My last game is on the 29th, April 29th. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get some pre-game action going into that while pimping out cheap seats and try to fill the arena as much as we can. Have our biggest attendance of the season, which just last weekend was not that, but we did have, post-pandemic, has some really good games. People are showing up, showing out, which is, again, a huge hurdle to overcome just for people getting normal and normalized to like going out and feeling safe. I know that the beginning of this season, it's a very weird thing happened. There were season ticket holders arguing amongst themselves. One half were angry that the TCC was implementing a mask policy. The other half were angry that people weren't adhering to the mask policy once in the TCC, because they were very kind of loose on that. You had to walk through the gates with the mask, but then you're at your seat, people take their masks off, and there's no way to go through every single one, thousands on thousands of people and be like, put your mask on.
Right.
And that's just how it was. And so they were both sides. It was literally a lose-lose situation. There was no winning it. Right. And just no matter what. And I'm slowly but surely seeing season ticket holders from the past few seasons coming back. But there's still a great handful of great people for whatever reason are choosing not to come back at this time. And it's upsetting. That's part of the deal. It was very odd though. That was the thing. I was looking at it. I was like, shit, man, what can you say in that situation?
It's a strict divide, and we deal with it every day in the restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And
now this is the thing that's upsetting me, and I see is, we were just at someplace over the weekend, and we were talking about masks and how we don't wear masks, the customers. And I'm like, now we got this class divide, this working class divide that is building resentment. The working class, the people who are servants who are in the service industry, have to wear these masks, and now the customers have the freedom not to wear the mask. And so you have the mask servers and then the unmasked customers, and that is inadvertently, subconsciously creating more of a divide. Yeah. You feel that? I mean, you have to wear the mask all the time being in the restaurant industry, right?
So we kind of went away from it. Now it's a
personal choice thing.
And and we have people that still wear the mask out of personal choice, and we have people that don't, and we don't encourage our guests they can do whatever they want.
Right. At that point,
feel free. You guys are more than welcome to do whatever you want. And some still abide by it and some don't. And there's still like a lot of people like, we will only eat outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
that's just fine for not catching colds at all.
Right.
And if it's a nice day, for sure.
And like Tucson's perfect for that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, that was the one thing that was most ridiculous and I would not necessarily do. And I have no problem wearing a mask in places. I've masked for grocery stores or whatever. It's like, okay, boom, throw it on. Cool. The one thing that I always found absurd is going to restaurants and eating and wearing a mask, walking in to go see the hostess, and then immediately taking it off when you sit at the table.
Yeah.
Well,
like everyone knows how absurd that was.
Well, yeah, because COVID it lives here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Right. So,
here.
and then my girlfriend and I would kind of get in. She's like, even recently as we're going to restaurants, like, you gonna put on a mask? Like, no, we're going into a restaurant. There's no point wearing a mask. We're going to expose ourselves regardless. So this is the risk we're choosing to take at this point. You know what I mean? If we're going into a restaurant, I'm not going to do the 5 minutes or the 30 seconds of, I'd like a table, please, with the mask on just to take it off. Mm-hmm. Like if I know I'm going to sit there and not have it on, then I'm not going to put it on. Right. Because that's a calculated risk that we've already committed to making.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
And then you set it on, you take off your mask, set it on the table.
Right.
It is what it is.
I think Gittins is calling back again. Rock 1 2.1. Is this Gittins again?
Yeah.
Why?
I watched Suicide Squad and it.
Oh, he had to come back. He was like, wait.
Yeah.
I remember.
Suicide Squad was amazing, Gittins. You agree or disagree?
No.
Oh, you disagree? Well, then I'm hanging up.
The first Suicide Squad is a trash. Which one's he talking about?
I'm assuming
the
the
Tim
latest
Gunn one.
Yeah.
Amazeballs.
Yeah. Peacemaker.
And Peacemaker, of course.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we still have not seen a Thor trailer.
Good point.
Is that reason to be concerned? I mean, it's
No.
coming out sooner than later, and
Because they know they barely need. Marvel knows what they're doing. They have a. We don't have to trailer these things. We can be like, it's coming, and it's just the fan base is ready for it.
Yep.
all right. Well,
They don't
yeah.
got to promote as much. And again, the last Thor movie, by many people, everyone's favorite Marvel movie was Ragnarok. So
Yep.
I think Thor's gonna just do just fine.
Yeah.
Ragnarok
Right.
was
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, we got 5 seconds. Going to do a beef tip and wrap up the show. Thank you guys for watching the stream as always. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're hanging out here with Chef Gary Hickey, which, I love that you just popped in. It's Monday morning. Like, absolutely pop in, dude.
I
That's
was
the
gonna
way
say,
to.
you know what he needed? Like the sound effect of when like Kramer walks in the door. Ah,
Yeah.
I know this guy. Yeah.
I like how we're getting to that. I used to, my show up in Phoenix, because I did it out of my house. Sometimes I would just get a random knock on the door, and sure enough, be like, oh, here we go. Surprise guest. Come join the fun. It happened all the time. So you're welcome. Let me give you a beef tip before we continue on with what we're doing here. And let me ask you this before I get into a beef tip. Do you have a joint account with your wife?
No.
No. Oh, maybe you should. Yeah. According to a new study at Cornell, they found that couples with joint bank accounts, and you're going to get mad at me for saying this if your wife's listening, but couples with joint bank accounts are more likely to stay together and not get divorced, right? They say people who pull their money tend to communicate better and are more likely to use the words we, us, and our instead of I, me, and bitch, how much is that? So my beef tip for you is to get a joint bank account, and then that starts the foundation and trust, and whatever the case. So good luck with that. I say do as I say, not as I do, because I'm thinking at the same time, like, I don't want to get a joint bank account.
I was about to say, you and your wife, not married, right?
Yeah, not married. So it's good. I could have my own bank account. We could be both broke separately.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
That's right. You get half of everything I got. Nothing. And there's your beef tip. I like to thank everyone for listening to the show. As always, all week long, we're going to continue to give you your last chance opportunity to win those Megadeth tickets. It's the Metal Tour of the Year. Tune in at 7 a.m. tomorrow to find out how. Till then, Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Oh, damn. I don't even have my theme song all queued up. That's all right. Here's Blur. All right, that was an anticlimactic exit, but thank you guys for streaming.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
It's Blur. Blur's a good song to go out on.
Yeah, you like that's true. You like that, bitch? How much is that?
That
joke?
was great.
Yeah, that's good. I gotta clip that. I know I'm an idiot. All right, thank you guys for watching the stream. We're out here. Hey, Chef Gary, where are you at today? El Charro Steak?
I'll be downtown. Come check out the Monica Charles Steak and Del Rey for dinner. We up in here.
I'm lunching
We
at
up
the
in here.
Monica tomorrow, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
making corporate pay. It's gonna
Do
be
it.
awesome.
Heck yeah.
All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.